We've got bubbles, and the void they're coming from, well, it's something to see. Welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. Now, when she first walked in, she was heavily favoring this left front foot, and this is what I was presented with. Looking at this sole, I can see probably going to be right here. Let's get it trimmed up, and you'll be able to see a little better. That mark right there is a sure sign of a sole fracture. And what that is, basically, is where that heel bulb separates from that sole, and right underneath that spot, you're going to find a little ulceration. You'll see it clearer once we get this all removed. Now, the first step in tackling a foot like this is to get it all trimmed up. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a block on this foot. Like I said, she was heavily favoring this foot coming in, so I have an idea what I'm going to find underneath and what I'm going to need to do to treat it. So I'm going to trim this foot as I would normally. I'm going to get ready and get it all balanced back out. Here you can see that telltale sign of a sole fracture, that mark right dead center in that claw. That's what you typically find when you're going to find a sole fracture. These bubbles, that's some of that pressure on the inside working its way out. So what I'm doing here is just kind of gently putting some pressure on this claw to see if anything comes out when I do. When I was pushing on that heel bulb, I could see stuff coming out, telling me it's likely going to go all the way to the top. That humming you hear in the background, that's the barn fans. In the summer months, there's almost always a fan running on a farm for ventilation purposes and to keep the cows cool. As I work through that separation, you can see what I uncovered. It's almost gelatinous in nature. We'll give it a rinse down here and try to flush some of that stuff out of there. You could tell by the sound that spray made that it's hollow inside there. As we remove more of these layers, you can see more and more of that coagulated fluid up inside there. How did I know that it was going to go all the way up into the heel bulb? Remember when I was testing it earlier on with my fingers, putting some light pressure on that? That's what I was feeling for. I knew there was a void all the way up at the top, so that's why I'm working my way all the way up there to remove as much of that as I can. You can see as we flush this out, it really is beautiful up inside there, believe it or not. Nice and clean, brand new hoof horn forming. It's actually pretty interesting to take a look at. All these little ridges you see up inside there are brand new folds of soft hoof horn. You might look at that and think, boy, those look like we need to trim those away, but you can't. They're living tissue, they're soft. So what we're doing is working around. We're taking the hard horn off around the edges, but we're avoiding that real soft stuff in the middle. There's no reason to remove that. When that hardens up, it'll actually become flat, dehydrate out, and you'll never even know it was there. So as I continue to trim here, what I'm trying to do is just remove any of these hard edges, any of this hard horn that's around there. Like I mentioned earlier, that soft horn up inside there, we're gonna leave that be. That's gonna firm up over time and become the new sole, believe it or not. So we're gonna leave that there. We'll continue to work this away, try to get as much as we can so that we don't have spots for debris to get up inside. And then we're gonna get a block on that other claw and get it wrapped up. But we're just gonna do a little fine detail work here. We're gonna zoom back in, we'll get another better look at this as we get it all cleaned out. You'll be able to see all those little ridges a little bit clearer. I think it's safe to say a block is essential in this case. That hoof horn is super soft underneath there, so we need that rubber block to be able to put all of the weight onto that claw and keep it off that other one. We'll get that attached. We'll zoom in, get a good look at all those little ridges and see what it looks like up close. So here you can see that soft hoof horn. I know you really want to see me trim that away, but trust me, you can't do it. There's no reason to do it. That's not going to cause any problems. Like I said, that's going to dehydrate really quickly and become paper thin and flat and flake away. So there's no reason to try to mess with that right now. It's just not a safe thing to do. We're just going to keep cleaning up these edges, and then we're going to get it sprayed out one more time, and then on with the salicylic acid powder. Salicylic acid is really going to help with the discomfort with this girl, kind of give her a little pain relief, localized there. Then we're going to get that wrap on, we're going to let her go, and you can see how much improvement she has just with that rubber block on. Taking that weight off of this claw was essential, especially for her comfort. So wait till the end, you'll get to see her stroll away. You can tell she is not sure that she should trust that foot, but as she takes a few more steps, she knows it's pain-free. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.